The car came to stop in front of the massive mansion. The guard looked at Yoongi in confusion. Jimin frowned at his froze. Whose house is this? Yoongi saw her gripping the steering wheel. My father's. Taeyong said suddenly. Wait, you mean the same man who is fighting against us? Yoongi nodded. Yeah, but there's someone else inside who might be able to help us. My mother. Jimin crossed his arms. You think she will go against her own husband? Yoongi smirked. She hates him more than I do. Without another word, Yoongi stepped out of the car. Jimin followed him hesitantly. As he reached the grand entrance, the door swung open, revealing a sharp-eyed woman standing with an amused smile. Mrs. Min Yoongi, she said, tilting her head. I was wondering when you will remember you also have a mom. And look at this, you brought guests. How interesting. Yoongi gave her a lazy smile. Nice to see you, Mom. We need a talk. Mrs. Min. Oh, you came direct to the point, Yoongi smiles her gaze softened to Jimin, and suddenly a smile appeared on her lips. Oh my, and who is this handsome man? Jimin blinked in confusion, while Yoongi sighed. Mom. She cuts him off, stepping closer to Jimin and gently patting his cheek. So handsome, so charming. Are you two finally dating? Jimin shook it on the air, turning red. What? Taeyong covered his mouth, trying to suppress a laugh, while Mrs. Kim smiled at the scene. Yoongi groaned. Mom, stop. We are not together. His mom frowned. Why not? You two look perfect together. Yoongi, you are getting older. You should settle down, get married, and give me a grandson. Jimin turned it even redder, awkwardly rubbing his back. Yoongi shook his head. Mom, stop embarrassing us. Jimin is a police officer and I work for Jungkook. We are not even friends. His mother's eyes widened in shock. Not even friends? Jimin coughed awkwardly, looking away. Yoongi's mother sighed, suddenly understanding. So that's why. You are on different side of the law. Yoongi nodded. Exactly. So stop trying to play matchmaker. She pouted but didn't push further. Instead, she folded her arms and looked at them seriously. Alright then, if you are here, it must be about then Jeon boy, right? Taeyong stepped forward. Yes, please, we need your help. She studied them for a moment before sighing. Fine, I will help in Jungkook. Means I have to betray my husband. I will do it without hesitation. He laughed at Yoongi raised a bro. Just like that. He smirked. I don't want that man anything. I will get you every bit of information he gets us against Jungkook. I will steal everything if I have to. Taeyong's heart pounded with hope. Jimin, you will do? Really? Jimin asked in dismay. She said, if it means Jungkook can be happy, then yes. I'm going. Jungkook has done so much favor to my son. I will just try to pay back for taking care of my son. Jin's breath itched as he joined it awkwardly. In the pitch black room, his chest rose and fell. His eyes adjusted to the dim light. The creak of the chair filled the silence. The chair swinging back and front, a shadow figure sat in the corner, whistling a haunting tune. The sound scary. Jin's pulse pounded in his ear as he swallowed the lump in his throat, his voice trembling. Who are you and what are you doing here? The figure stopped moving. The whistling stopped in midway. Then a low chuckle echoes across the room. Did you forget that easily beautiful? Namjoon said darkly, standing up. He took a slow, deliberate step towards Jin. I kidnapped you last night. Jin's felt cock in his throat. The memories flooded back. The sharp spray in his face. The way his body went numb. The curled smirk on Namjoon's lips. Before everything went black, his heart braked a bit in his chest. No. Without thinking, he rushed toward the door, his finger desperately fumbling with the handle. He twisted and pulled with all the strength. Nothing. It was locked from the outside. Horror rushed through his body as he turned it back, eyes wide with fear. You are a monster, he choked out. Namjoon smirked darkening. In a flash, he was in front of Jin, his grip like iron as he yanked Jin's wrist. and shoved him down onto the shore. Jin gasped, struggling, but Namjoon was faster. He grabbed a rope from the table, safely tying Jin's hand and legs to the shore. Jin trashed wildly, tears falling from his eyes. "You won't get away with this. I'm a police officer," he shouted, his voice breaking. "Once I get out of here, I will make sure you rot in prison." Namjoon only laughed, leaning down, his face mere inches from Jin's. His breath was warm against Jin's skin as he whispered, "Oh, sweetheart." "Usse, I plan to reaching go." Jin's entire body went cold. Jin's body tensed and Namjoon's chilling voice settled in his ear as he struggled against the rope, blinking his wrist and ankle, his finger curled into fist, his nails sticking into the palm as he glares at Namjoon. "What do you even want from me?" Jin was frustrated, trying to keep his voice steady, though the fear in his eyes betrayed him. Namjoon tilted his head, amused. "Oh, Jin," he sighed dramatically, placing a hand over his chest. "That hurts. You make it sound like I am some villain in your story." Jin scoffed. "You are a villain. You kidnapped me, tied me up, and locked me in the goddamn room." He dashed against the rope again, his wrist hurt. "Whatever sick game you're playing, let me go before it's too late." Namjoon only chuckling, dragging a chair in front of Jin and sitting down lazily. He leaned forward, elbow on his knees, studying Jin with the smirk that made Jin feel small. "You really think I will let go through all this trouble just to let you go?" Namjoon murmured, his voice dangerously low. Jin jaw clenched. "What do you want?" Namjoon ran a hand to his hair, his mouth widening. "You?" Jin's breath issued. "What?" Jin was shocked, his double trashing froze. "I want you, Jin," Namjoon repeated, leaning even closer, his eyes never leaving Jin's. "You caught my attention the moment you walked into the club, acting like you were better than everyone else, acting like you were untouched." He let out a dark chuckle. "But look at you now." Jin shivered, his breathing pounding in his ears. "You are insane." Namjoon shook it, unbothered. "Maybe." There was a silence between them. Jin nodded his head, trying to think the way out, but Namjoon was dangerous. "Get comfortable, sweetheart. You are not going anywhere." He smirked, leaning back on the chair. "No, Namjoon, this is wrong. Please let me go." Jin finally cried in front of him. "Please, I have duty to complete, Namjoon. Moreover, sure, this move will put you in danger because I am a police officer. Please listen to me and let me go, please." Jin pleading eyes almost met at Namjoon, but "You are not leaving, Jin," Namjoon said, his tone eerily calm. "Not until Jungkook is safe, not until his case is over, no matter how long it takes." "But Namjoon, without my help it won't solve," Jin said, making Namjoon smirk. "Right? Because you are going to make things complicated for Jungkook by telling our plan to Commissioner Kim." Namjoon's expression says how angry he is. Jin's finger curled into fist, his body tensed as he glared at Namjoon. "You are insane. Jungkook is a criminal, Namjoon. He deserves to rot in prison, not... And you know that." Namjoon let out a low chuckle, stepping closer. "No, Jin, he is not a criminal. He is a human, one who lost his way, and we will bring him back. But you were planning to betray us?" Jin blood ran cold. Namjoon smirked. "You were going to tell us here, weren't you? The man who worked for Commissioner Kim?" He tilted his head. "Did you really think I wouldn't find out?" Jin's jaw clenched, refusing to show fear. "Hoseok is the right side. You are the one who is playing dirty, Namjoon." Namjoon sighed, running a hand to his hair. "The right side, He crouches in front of Jin, gripping the armset of the chair, trapping him in place. "Tell me, Jin, what's right about the system? Then let's people like Commissioner Kim fabricate evidence. What's right about locking up someone without a fair fight?" Jin swallowed, but he didn't back down. "Jungkook killed people, Namjoon." Namjoon's expression hardened. "And you think Commissioner Kim hasn't?" Jin argued. "Commissioner Kim belongs to the government. He can kill people because he has government's approval. But Jungkook is a criminal, not any government officer." Namjoon voice dropped into a whisper. "Wake up, Jin. You are a cop. But you are blind. Jin shook his head. I don't care what you say. You're just manipulating things to justify your action. You can't keep me here forever. Nandu stood up, walking to the door. You're right, I can't. But I can keep you here long enough. He glared back, his smirk returning. And by the time you get out, it will be too late for you to run anything. With that, he left the room, locking the door behind him. Chin exhaled shakily, his mind racing. He had to find a way out because then things were about to get much, much worse. Commissioner Kim stood beside his slick back car outside the courthouse, dressed in suit, his hand clenched into fist. His eyes scanned the area, searching. Waiting beside him, Hoseok adjusted, watching impatiently. Sir, there was still no response from Jin. Commissioner Kim exhaled sharply, his jaw tightening. Try again. Hoseok nodded, quickly dialing Jin's number. But once again, the call went straight to voicemail. He doesn't feel any good about this, but before he could speak, a notification popped on Commissioner Kim's phone. One message from Jin. I'm out of town. My father was sick and someone needed to stay with him. He has no one else around and I couldn't leave him alone. I will be on my way back soon, but I won't be able to reach you until after the hearing. Hoseok brows furrowed. Out of town? Since when? Commissioner Kim. He never mentioned anything about this before. Commissioner Kim muttered darkly, reading the message again. Something is wrong. Lawyer. Something is fishy and we don't have time to find out. Media is here waiting for you, Mr. Kim. Hoseok looked in between them. Why? They don't want to talk about Jin, but he needed to because Jin is his officer. So, do you think someone forced him to send this? Commissioner Kim didn't answer immediately. His fingers tightened around his phone before he finally spoke. We don't have time for this right now. We need to focus on the hearing. If Jungkook gets out today, everything we planned will be for nothing. But what if Jin? Lawyer, officer, you need to keep this in your mind. Jin isn't much reported right now. Yeah, he didn't our plan. We will deal with that later. Right now we need to go inside because we don't even know what they have against us. Also the court denial to tell me who is the opponent lawyer. Hoseok, you are worried about opponent lawyer? Here my officer is missing since 2 days and you are worried over opponent lawyer? Lawyer, yes, because now this case has become the matter of my image, so stay shut. Commissioner Kim showed his palm to stop them from arguing. We will deal with Jin after this later. Right now we go inside and make sure John Jungkook wrote in prison for life. Whatever they have doesn't matter now. We knew. We have solid proof. We will win. Commissioner Kim and the lawyer left while Hoseok dialed a number. Listen, you have to find this number's location. The other line just hummed while Hoseok hung the phone and walked inside. The courtroom was already filled with reporters and high-profile attendants. The moment Commissioner Kim and lawyer stepped inside, his eyes locked onto the opposite side, and there, sitting with his usual lazy smile, was Min Yoongi. The realization hit him like a thunderbolt. Yoongi, Mr. Min's Korea's best lawyer's son, his own son, was sitting with Jungkook, defense team. Hoseok noticed it too, whispering, Mr. Min, isn't that? But before he could couldn't let this opportunity slip. His baby deserved to see his father at least once, ignoring the murmurs and the questions. Look, Tong confidently walked toward Jungkook's side and took a seat. But what truly shocked everyone was the woman who followed him. Mrs. Kim, Commissioner Kim's wife, walked in and sat right beside Tong. This was the direct defense against her husband, a silent but powerful statement. Commissioner Kim's expression darkened immediately. His jaw tightened as he stared at his wife in disbelief. His own wife had chosen to sit with the enemy. A heavy silence filled the courtroom as everyone waited for the reaction. Ho Seok beside him whispered, "Sir, stay calm. The media is watching." His lawyer, Mr. Min, gestured for him to remain calm. This was not the time to cause the scene. Commissioner Kim swallowed his anger and forced himself to sit back down, but his fury was far from gone. Meanwhile, Namjoon, who had been standing near Theong, observed the entire scene with sharp eyes. He didn't miss any way. Theong clutched the baby protectively in his arms, his fingers trembling slightly. Namjoon leaned in and whispered, "Are you sure about this, Theong? Are you ready for this? You know what I am asking for, Theong." "I am pretty sure." Just as the courtroom settled, the heavy door swung open once more. John Jungkook entered. A tense silence filled the air as everyone turned to look at him, handcuffed. Jimin walked beside him, but his presence alone was enough to keep Jungkook in check. Yet a smile played on Jungkook's lip, a cocky smile. But what truly made the room hold their breath was the blood on Jungkook's cheek. Fresh cut ran down the side of his face, evidence that something had happened before he was brought in. Theong gasped. He turned sharply in the seat, his Barbie eyes locking onto Jungkook's. Jungkook saw him. Their eyes met, and then, with the same reckless smile, Jungkook started walking directly toward Theong. The world around them blurred. It didn't matter that the courtroom was filled with people. It didn't matter that the media was watching, cameras flashing rapidly, capturing every second of what was about to unfold. Because all Jungkook could see was Theong. Stopping right beside him, Jungkook stares down at him, his dark, hungry eyes shrinking in every detail. Theong didn't move, didn't breathe, and then Jungkook leaned in and kisses him. A gasp filled the air. Reporters jumped at the moment, the sound of camera shutting, clicking, echoing in the courtroom. Theong's eyes widened. He didn't even have the time to react before Jungkook pulled away, smirking. "Jungkook, finally, I will get strength I need." He clicked in his lips, his fingers tracing them at each, savoring the taste. The tension in the air was suffocating. But Jungkook wasn't done. He turned to a small child in Theong's arm, his son. The baby's big teary eyes blinked up at him, his tiny hand immediately reaching out. Jungkook's expression softened. "Oh," he quavered, tilting his head. "Baby wants daddy to hold him." The child let out a small whimper, then suddenly started crying. Jungkook's heart clenched. He wanted nothing more than to hold his son, to comfort him, to tell him that everything was going to be okay. But before he could even move, Jimin yanked him back. "Jimin, that's enough," Jimin muttered under his breath, gripping Jungkook's arm tightly. He knows Jungkook wants nothing more than to hold his son in his arms and shower him with love, and he can't let that. Because today he is here as a police officer, not as Theong's friend. Jungkook clenched his jaw. His time was up. Straightening himself, he let Jimin guide him forward toward the defense seat. The judge began the gavel once more. "Judge, proceed with the hearing." The courtroom was filled with tension, camera flashes clicking, media murmured among themselves, and Commissioner Kim sat with the stiff posture, his piercing gaze locked on Jungkook. This was Yeon Jungkook's hearing. Mr. Min, the prosecutor, representing Commissioner Kim, adjusted his glasses and cleared his throat. He turned to the judge with a smirk. "Attorney Min, it seems no one is here to fight from Jungkook's side." Mr. Min said, his voice echoing confidently. "That means this is an open and shut case, Your Honor. The evidence against him is overwhelming, and without legal representation, we can proceed to Attorney Yoongi, who said there's no one to fight for Jungkook. A deep, lazy voice interrupted the prosecutor. Words. All heads turned to from the side of the room. A figure stood casually, tugging on his sleeves of his crisp white shirt. Min Yoongi, Commissioner Kim's eyes narrowed. Mr. Min coughed, his lips curling into a smirk. And you are interrupting? Yoongi didn't answer immediately. Instead, he reached for his black lawyer's coat, shaking it out dramatically before slipping it on. The entire room fell silent. Fear rushed through Commissioner Kim's blood. Yoongi smoothed out its coat, adjusting his sleeves, and then finally he smirked. Attorney Yoongi, Min Yoongi, he said simply, Jeon Jungkook's lawyer. Everyone in the courtroom was shocked. Gags erupted. The media scrambled to click the more pictures, capturing the unexpected twist. Mr. Min's face darkened. Commissioner Kim clenched his fist. You are representing Jungkook? Yoongi dipped his hand into his pocket. Any problem with that, Commissioner? He asked cockily. Jungkook, still in handcuffs, simply chuckled under his breath. Took you long enough, young. Yoongi shot him a glare before turning back to Mr. Min. Now shall we begin? Yoongi smirked. I believe you were about to state how this is an open and shut case. I would love to hear your argument before I rip it apart. The courtroom was filled with tension as Mr. Min, Commissioner Kim's lawyer, presented all the evidence against Jungkook. Mr. Min, Your Honor, we have irrefutable proof that Jeon Jungkook not only kidnapped Officer Kim Tae-hong but also engaged in illicit activities, including illegal business dealing, drug trafficking, and even murder. He held Officer Kim hostage for nearly 2 years, isolated him on the private island that was so heavily guarded no aircraft or ship could reach it. It was only during a doctor visit for their child that we managed to free Officer Kim from his captivity. The judge glared at the evidence before turning to the defense. Attorney Min Yoongi, do you have anything to say in defense of your client? Yoongi adjusted his coat, his sharp glance landing on Mr. Min before turning to the judge. Your Honor, while the accusations are sub, the prosecution is painting a one-sided picture. We acknowledge that Jungkook took Tae-hong away, but it was not kidnapping, it was protection. My client, who was not keeping him as a hostage, but to ensuring his safety from Commissioner Kim, who had already fabricated evidence against Jungkook. Additionally, there is no solid proof linking my client to drug trafficking or murder. The so-called underground dealing have no direct connection to him. Mr. Min scoffed, slamming a file into the table. Mr. Min, protection. He locked Officer Kim away, stowed him, and tried to kill him multiple times. We have testimonies, medical reports, and Tae-hong's own words to conflict it. The judge turned to Tae-hong, who sat holding his child close. His face was pale, his fingers trembling. Everything awaited his report. Judge, Officer Kim Tae-hong, you are the victim in this case. Do you confirm the prosecution's scheme? Tae-hong swallowed, his gaze falling on Jungkook, who was staring at him intensely. His heart pounded. He had suffered. He had been locked away. But the part of him still loved him. And he knew what his heart wants. Tae-hong, yes, it's true. I was on mission in investigate Jeon Jungkook business. But when I got there, everything was clear. There were no illegal activities, no underground dealing, nothing. He looked at his father, who was staring at him in disbelief. The judge shrugged. The information we had was wrong. His club was clear, but when I tried to leave, he stopped me. Gasp echoed through the room as media reporters tapping their laptop. Why not? After all, this is the high-profile case where he is the son of Commissioner of Seoul and he is trying to defend the one who kidnapped him. Commissioner Kim clenched his fist. Tae-hong, he told me I had cocked his eyes and he wanted to marry me. At first I thought it was a joke, but the way he looked at me, it scared me. I know something is wrong. I refused it and walked away. I thought it was over. End of it. But the next day, he started following me, watching me. At first, I thought it was normal, just an illusion. But then he took me. Jungkook, who had been staring at Taeyong the entire time, smirked slightly, tilting his head. He was proud the way Taeyong twisting the story. Taeyong, he brought me to his place and asked me again if I wanted to marry him. I refused it again, but he wouldn't stop. Few days later, he locked me in his house, saying he just wanted to talk, but I was so scared I ran away. Taeyong took a deep breath, his grip tightening on the wooden stand in front of him. That's when my father found me, and Jungkook, he got angry, he was betrayed. He challenged my father, and I knew things were going to get worse. I kept thinking this all started because of me, so maybe I should be the one to end it. Commissioner Kim's face was turned red with fury. Taeyong, Jeon Jungkook is a powerful man. He has guards, he has gun. That day, his madness reached to its peak. He wanted me by any means necessarily. But my father also reached there with the police, and everything turned into chaos. The firing started, and that's the day Jungkook took me to the island. Deep silence following his words. The judge narrowed his eyes, observing everything. Judge, so you are confirming that Jungkook forcefully took you and kept you on the island against your wills? Taeyong hesitated. His eyes met Jungkook's again. The man who had ruined his life, the man who had made him a prisoner, the father of his child. But he has also shown Taeyong real love, care. Jungkook loved Taeyong with his everything, made him believe true love exists. Jungkook crossed every boundaries to love him, just like a villain should. Gasp filled the courtroom as Taeyong finally answered the judge. Taeyong, yes, Your Honor. Jungkook took me against my wills. He locked me away, isolated me from the world. But the opposition lawyer, Mr. Min, immediately cut in, his voice sharp. Mr. Min, then it's clear, Your Honor. This is a case of kidnapping and illegal detainment. Jeon Jungkook is a criminal and should be sentenced accordingly. Commissioner Kim smirked, crossing his arms in satisfaction, but his victory was short-lived. Taeyong, wait, there's something else. The room fell silent again. The reporter stopped typing, the camera shutter halted, and all eyes locked onto Taeyong. Taeyong, while I was with Jungkook, I realized something. Jungkook's smirk faded, his eyes narrowed. Yoongi danced beside him. Yoongi smirked before whispering, "There's the real game." Taeyong, Jeon Jungkook is mentally unstable. He needs treatment. A collective gasp echoed through the courtroom. Commissioner Kim's smug expression turned into shock, and Mr. Min's jaw clenched. Mr. Min, objection, Your Honor. This is a baseless claim to gain sympathy for the defense. Judge, overruled. Let the victim explain. Taeyong looked at Jungkook. Jungkook never listened to me. He was obsessed, delusional. He convinced himself that I belonged to him, no matter what I said. He thought love means possession. His mind, it doesn't work the way it should. Jungkook clenched his fist, his breathing heavy. He doesn't like it the way Taeyong is calling his love obsession. He's not liking it because he has been loving Taeyong all the way possible, and Taeyong is insulting his love. But no matter how many times Yoongi has put this in his mind that this was what they are gonna say, this is the real plan, Jungkook still feels uneasy. But no matter what he have to endure it for their own sake. Taeyong, at first I hated him. I wanted to escape, but after spending so much time with him, I saw the crack in his mind. He doesn't need punishment, he needs help. The courtroom was in chaos, reporters whispering among themselves, the media capturing every second. Commissioner Kim, this is ridiculous. My son, you were a victim, and now you expect us to believe he was sick? He is a criminal. That game they are trying to play, Taeyong. Taeyong turned to his father. Taeyong, he is not a criminal, father. He is sick. His madness need to get treated that, otherwise it will get worsen. The judge sighed, rubbing his temple. Judge, this case is getting more complicated. Yoongi standing beside Jungkook smirked slightly, sensing an opportunity. The judge signaled for silence, his gavel striking the wood. Order in the court. Continue, Mr. Kim. Thang took a deep breath, gripping the railing of the witness stand. Thang, Your Honor, I am not denying what Jungkook did, but what I told you that Jungkook who kidnapped me, who locked me away, is not the same Jungkook I knew after my kidnap. The audience murmured. John Jungkook has been suffering from severe mental instability for years. The man you are trying to imprison is not entirely in control of his own action. Commissioner Kim scoffed, but Thang didn't stop. Thang, I have lived with him. I saw the way he could talk to himself. He would pace around the room at night, whispering things like, "Don't let them take him," or "He is mine, mine, mine." Or should I talk about the empty medicine cans I found in his desk? Yoongi stepped forward, supporting Thang's claim. Yoongi, Your Honor, we have medical records proving that Jungkook was undergoing psychiatric treatment years ago. He was on strong medication prescribed by the top psychiatrist. But he stopped taking them, and that's when everything went out of control. Jungkook madness made him use the say he shouldn't have used that too, not on the government officer. Mr. Min narrowed his eyes, gripping his papers. Mr. Min, convenient excuse. If he was sick, why didn't he seek help? Thang turned his gaze to Jungkook, who had been silent. Then Thang looked back at the judge. Thang, because the sickness inside him didn't let him. It's like he is living with two people inside him. The Jungkook I knew after getting kidnapped and the Jungkook who lost control. A silence fell over the courtroom. The judge leaned forward, rubbing his chin. Judge, do you have proof of his past medical condition? Yoongi smirked, sliding the thick folder into the table. Yoongi, we do, Your Honor, and if necessary, we can bring in his former psychiatrist for testimony. Jungkook's finger twisted. He clenched his jaw. His head tilted slightly. His eyes locked onto Taeyong. Jungkook softly, "You are trying to save me?" At this rate, he is confused. Taeyong, unnoticed by others, subtly winked at Jungkook. That wink tells Jungkook to trust the process. The entire courtroom was on the edge. Was this revelation going to change everything? Would Jungkook be sentenced to treatment instead of prison? Commissioner Kim gritted his teeth. He wasn't going to let this hearing slip from his hands so easily. The judge carefully examined the document Yoongi had presented. Yoongi stood confidently, hands resting on the table, watching a lawyer, Min flipping through the pages with a tense expression. The more he read, the more beads of sweat formed on his forehead. It was undeniable. The report were legitimate. His eyes fell on Namjoon, and Namjoon just nodded, gesturing him to trust in him. Commissioner Kim jaw tightened, his fingers clenching into fist. This was not the outcome he had planned. His carefully constructed case against Jungkook was slipping through his fingers like a sand. The judge adjusted his glasses, his expression unreadable as he addressed the courtroom. Judge, the evidence provided here clearly states that the defendant, Jeon Jungkook, has been under psychiatric treatment since his teenage years. The prescriptions, doctor notes, the psychological evaluation show a pattern of medical instability, which, if left untreated, could lead to impulsive and obsessive behavior. Thang gulped, gripping the railing in front of him. His heart pounded as he glared at Jungkook, who sat motionless, staring straight ahead. Judge, Mr. Min, do you have a counter argument to this? Lawyer Min hesitated. He looked at Commissioner Kim, who shot him a sharp glare, silently demanding a rebuttal. But there was none. The proofs were solid. The diagnosis was clear. Still, Lawyer Min straightened his posture, clearing his throat. Lawyer Min, Your Honor, while these reports confirmed Mr. John's medical history, it does not erase the fact that he committed a crime, mental illness or not. He kidnapped an officer of the law, held him hostage, and obstructed an investigation. Should we simply excuse him because he was off his medication? Thong took a deep breath before stepping forward. Thong, I am the victim in this case, Your Honor, and I am standing here to tell you that Shankuk does not need operation. He needs help. He did not harm me. He made me realize how beautiful his love is. Murmurs erupted in the courtroom. The media captures flashes, capturing the moment. Thong, I saw him suffer. I saw the way he battled himself, the way he tried to control himself to do not harm me, and he never did. He never harmed me, never once. Shankuk's eyes lowered as he remembered the moment when he went crazy and pressed a knife on Thong's throat. But still, he is denying the fact that's making him feel guilty today. He is not a criminal, he is a sick, and sending him to prison will not fix that. It will only make things worse. Commissioner Kim slammed his hand on the table, standing abruptly. Commissioner Kim, are you seriously considering letting this psychopath walk free just because he has a few medical reports? He is dangerous. If we let him go today, who knows what he will do next? My son was locked away for years. Do you think a simple "he is sick" excuse will make up for that? The tension was palpable. The judge raised a hand to silence the room. Judge, order. Commissioner Kim, sit down. Commissioner Kim clenched his jaw, but obeyed, his eyes burning with fury. The judge sighed and turned it back to Yoongi. Do you have any expert witness who can testify to John Shankuk's condition? Yoongi smirked slightly. Yoongi, yes, Your Honor. We have Shankuk's former secretary waiting outside the courtroom, ready to testify. A collective gasp filled the room. Commissioner Kim's face darkened. He had underestimated Yoongi, and now the case was slipping further from his hand. The judge nodded. Judge, very well. Bring them in. We shall hear that the expert has to say before proceeding with the final decision. As the door swung open, the secretary walked in. Thong turned his head slightly, just in time to catch Jungkook staring at him with an expression he couldn't quite understand: hope, gratitude, love.